ibe oduka nwere ndị tetere ụra oduka nwere ndị tetere ụra chi hụrụ nnọọ nne chi fụrụ ọfụma. Northern leaders all region an apology for years of underdevelopment, says Governor Ubasani, Kaduna State Governor. Chimere mobioma mgbe m na-enweghị olileanya, chimere mobioma chimu mere mobioma mgbe m na-enweghị olileanya, chimere mobioma olilanya. He will raise a standard against them for those who na-ekwujọ. Chukwu kwuru ya. You understand? Onye ọwụna na-eme ihe n'ụwa ya cheta na Chukwu nọ. Ya cheta na echi ite. Ya cheta na enwere a super being somewhere n'otu anụnwa kpa isofe na-enene anyị. Na-akwụ anyị ụgwọ anyị ka ọrụ anyị shite. O meghe n'izu omedọnwa. Northern leaders eteta ụra. Okay, ọchanja duere onye maka men market ja. Ha che na ọ ja aka anyị njọ. Ọ kara ha njọ. Ụmụazị adachizi ọchị.
Since last week ihe ha nọ na-emebi blame onwe ha. Gọvanọ nka budo onwe ha. Asị na gọvanọ nka na unu.
It's better. Ọ ka mma na ọwụghị onye Igbo ma onye Hausa ma onye ndị ọzọ na-agwa ha ya na ọha ji aka ha agwụ ya onwe ha. Northern leaders all region an apology for the underdevelopment, says Governor Ubasani, the Kaduna State Governor. Ubasani has said that political leaders from northern Nigeria who held public offices in the past 2 decades owe the region an apology for its persistent underdevelopment and rising poverty levels. Speaking in an interview with Trust TV, Governor Ubasani accused some northern politicians for criticizing current government policies without acknowledging their roles in the systematic failure that have plagued the region. Democracy encourages criticism, but it must be constructive and aimed at improving the lives of Nigerians, he said. When you attack the government despite having been part of it, you must take responsibility. Anyone from the north who held political office in the last 20 years needs to reflect and apologize. We let the people down.
And who has been ruling Nigeria for the past
let nobody die. Say no to death. Nigerian politicians ihe ha ji ụmụ ibe mete arụ gbakonata chi ha ji ụmụ ibe agbakonata onye rigoro ọdụ ya ka ya ritune. Then instead of bringing the dividends of democracy to the people, ọwụrụ nsogbu diara ndị mmadụ. And not that we are requesting for your own funds. No. Taxpayers are requesting for just good roads, good health, good basic amenities, water, light, housing, shelter. In fact, I want to have me here.
I'm happy no she.
I'm not understanding it at all. You know, the governor acknowledged his own involvement in the system, noting that structural issues have long contributed to the economic and social marginalization of northern Nigeria. These problems didn't start 2 years ago. It started about 20 years of missed opportunities. Opportunities hajinaka eren.
Hajikoyao. Nigeria.
Opportunities hajinaka otua. Yeah. As someone who chaired the Senate Committee on Banking, I know the poverty index and extent of financial exclusion in the region, he said. He highlighted the failure of massive social intervention programs during former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, which he said did not significantly reduce poverty due to poor financial inclusion. Billions were spent under Buhari, yet the region became poorer. Hey, asinambuahihia, amandiro me fofulame. Asinambuahihia, amandiro me fofulame.
Inanu?
Asinambuahihia, amekwensu fofulame. Asinanyibuahihia, amandiro anye fofulame. The politicians say na haja handong mana ha wundiro anyi jeju no merendiro.
Megan Hanesi.
Anyi jate ju no merendiro. What are you now? No, like in the country was where a lot, like trucks of monies, maybe.
My berry do so.
Mama di guana, donye go,
The point so maybe.
Hey, Jesus.
Africa no man
Billions were spent under Buhari, yet the region became poorer. That's because 70% of the people in the north were excluded from the financial system, Sani explained. Inanu,
if you cannot dozie ebegi or zibendi
yes, Governor Basani called on all past leaders from all regions, including former senators, governors, ministers, and vice presidents, to take responsibility for the current state of affairs in the north. If we've held any significant office from the north in the last 2 decades, you are part. If you've held any significant office from the north in the past or last 2 decades, you are part of the problem. We all share the blame, he said. He also warned against misleading narratives, misleading the public with false narratives, and called for an honest, ethical approach to tackling the region's challenges. We must stop deceiving the people of northern Nigeria. They deserve the truth and real solutions, he said. While he welcomed criticism from principled voices, he dismissed those he described as part of the problem, now seeking redemption. I respect critics like Dan Bello, Galadanchi, people who have been consistent and honest. But those who contributed to the rot and are now claiming repentance, that's not acceptable, Sani concluded. Capiche?
Capiche.
Inoria?
Understood.
Yo kwere water?
Oh, declare.
What's your take on this governor's statement? What do you think? Is the statement right? A country na their people na-egbu mmadụ in replacement of animals. Obodo na-achị ọchị ajacha eze. Obodo mma na-enwelu a civil way of doing ranching n'obodo ndị ọzọ bụ obodo ndị ọcha ebe ha na-eje enwere obi aṅụrị atụ ndụ mmanụ, but will not say to themselves, since this is our way of life, let's introduce ranching instead of people gallivanting from the north holding egbe ha ji eje nta na edo asị ndị bịara ịgba nchichi eneshi mgbada. You understand it? Asị ndị ha furu ịkpa ere abe ha do n'ịkpa eji ma nkịta ije sarauta ma ọ parauta shiba ha nawa edo ije gba nta wite egbe nta. Obodo na-achị ọchị a ebi ha ọma aka na-ekwu nke ejere eje ọzọ ndị ọzọ na-eje. You understand? I don't even know amamu ka obodo a shikwado mana ko izi rara nyadoa afọ mbozi omeji ofada na ofija jemono adona abefuru ọchị eze ego ga adasisia. We must tell some people some home truth once in a while. I don't know how you feel about this, but some truth once in a while has to be told. Ewatago anya na ha shi obodo yasa kama na oji ya kia tirie ọkwa na nchikonata ka anụ ọbịa kwekwe na nchikonata ọkwekwe na nchikonata
mmiri wee shi na mbido wee gbaro
o kwe nchikonata